cows grange together. And, there's these mountainous range that's, next to them.
Sounds
and
gorgeous.
You can, I know, a place where we all want to live. So as a storm's coming, you can see the storms rolling in over the mountains. The cows see the storm and they go, oh my God, there's a storm coming. And they turn and they run. And as they're running from the storm, what happens inevitably, just like it happens for all of us, is the storm catches up. And they end up running with the storm. The storm stays over them for longer because instead of facing their fears and doing what they need to do, they are running with it. And as the storm is moving, they're moving too. So it's taking them longer to get through it. But the buffalo see the storm and they turn and they run towards it because they know, they've learned, they've seen the patterns, which is another thing when it comes to spiritual wellness coaching, which recognizing the patterns.
It's patterns. Look for patterns.
Absolutely. So they recognize the patterns and they turn and they run towards the storm, towards the difficulty, towards the thing that's hard. Because if you face it head on, you're going to run through it. It's going to pass over you. You're going to run through it, and it's going to be done in a snap.
Yeah. And the funny thing is we, and I used to do this, it used to take me, like I would freak out about something and I was like, all right, I have this challenge. I don't know what to do. So I would put myself through torture for weeks. And then I just decided, you know what? The answer is going to be the same if I do it today or if I do it from 6 weeks from now. The answer is not going to change. Nothing is going to change in between there to change how that person or that situation is going to happen right now, based on the circumstances right now. So now I just head on. I just do it. I rip off the Band-Aid. I go right towards it.
Boom.
I literally went and I have clients like this. They'll procrastinate.
That's
and then
the word.
finally, I was procrastinating on doing something and I had to make this phone call and I was doing anything but what I was supposed to do. And finally, I was just like, get your butt up there and make the phone call. And I made the phone call and I was waiting for this really bad answer. And they were like, oh yeah, no problem. Now I just put myself through all this heck for no reason.
That's the thing. And we avoid and we become afraid and we create this anxiety. And that's why I said
and it gets bigger.
We go from worrier to warrior because we are becoming so scared and nervous of what could potentially happen that our brain doesn't tell the difference between an actual event that's occurring and us creating it in our brains.
And thinking it that way sometimes causes it because the thoughts we think becomes our reality.
That's what expands. Exactly. Yeah. So we are actually creating many of us very frequently are creating a much more difficult time, because situation.
We're thinking catastrophically as opposed to anostrophically, which is positively.
Yes. Yeah. We're thinking of the worst case scenario and trying to see if we can control it and find all the ways to go around it. But in reality, we all are really to some extent, but that's why we need a coach is because they can help us to say, hey, well, let's just see what happens if we do this and let's take it one step at a time.
And that's what makes a good coach is we've been there. We've done that. We got the t-shirts and we understand where you are. So that relatability. And I know you have a coach. I know I have a coach and our listeners hear me say this repeatedly is if you're going to get a coach, and I hope you do get a coach, make sure your coach has a coach because you want your coach to be coachable. Because they need to go someplace as well. If we know everything, it's like warning, Dr. Smith, for those people who get that. So I want to just shift really quickly. When we come back, I really want to talk about your Reiki healing and what is intenSati.
Yes.
Did I say it right that time?
You did.
Awesome.
Nailed
Quick
it.
definition of intenSati.
intenSati is a cardio workout program that actually incorporates movement, intentional movement with spoken word affirmations and then a cool down of mindfulness where we go inward. It's all about setting an intention before we start moving our body so we can move our energy because emotion is just energy in motion.
Yes.
So we take charge, we move our energy, and we're able to shift our minds, and it can create such a beautiful impact on your life overall, in addition to your body, your mind, body, and soul.
Wow, that's really interesting. I'm a certified Kundalini meditative.
I do Kundalini too, baby. Yes.
And well, I fell in love with it, so I ended up getting certified by a yogi over in India, and
I'm working with one too.
Yes, girl. It's
so many similarities between us.
I'm telling you,
I know,
sister.
Sister.
So that movement to me, because quick story. when I was 18, I wanted to learn how to do meditation, and I was reading this book, and they said, picture a white piece of paper, and I'm like, I am, and all these voices in my head were doing all kinds of things. It's a carnival up here, so it was having a field day, and it was like really noisy, and I couldn't get that clear, and I was like, apparently I can't meditate. P.S. Moving forward with Kundalini, to me, the Sanskrits, the words that you say, the actions that you do, the yoga movements that you do. If you get really technical, I do small movement with new people, but that helps us focus and shut the craziness down, shut all the noise down, and learn how to say not now, not now. I love that. So this movement is really interesting. I must come to a class, my girl. Let me know.
We've got to hook up. All
right, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back, talk more with Soul Alignment Warrior, my friend Kaitlyn Rizza, and we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Healthy Lifestyle with Lorianne. I am Lorianne. If you'd like to be a guest or lift up your business, product, or non-for-profit, please reach out to us. We would love to have you on and help you elevate and get your message out there. Also, if you have a question or comment, we love to hear from you. We answer every email that we receive. healthylifestylewithla@gmail.com. That email again, slowly so you could write it down, is healthylifestylewithla@gmail.com. And of course, you can follow us on social media, or you can go to ldcstrategies.com and check it out, see what I do, and join us on a couple of adventures. That we would love that. So we're here having a great conversation with Kaitlyn Rizza. She is from Soul Aligned Warrior, unbelievable Reiki healer, a motivational speaker, certified in everything like me. I can't believe how in alignment we are, and I was so great that we got connected again at our good friend Danielle Phipps's headquarters 57.
Beautiful.
Getting our hair done, looking gorgeous, and checking out, and we were just having a hug fest that day.
I know.
I'm so glad we reconnected.
So am I. Everything, like we said before, everything happens for a reason. It was meant to be.
Absolutely meant to be. So we were talking about conscious co-creation, and I know you're a Reiki healer. For those who don't know what Reiki is, help them understand what Reiki healing is about.
Oh, so Reiki healing, Reiki energy is a divine source energy that we all have within us, and I think of it like the energy that's moving through us. And basically, I have the map. I have the map to the well of that energy, so I'm able to tap into it and help to direct it. And I'm almost like a funnel, and I can funnel that energy through me to you to help to heal blockages, to help to heal traumas that are stuck in the body. Because when we have an emotion, if it's not released, then it gets stuck in the body. It
cellularly.
Cellular, exactly, at the cellular level. And that's what this healing is. It's quantum healing. It's healing that happens at the cellular level. It's not, and I'm not doing it. I'm just transferring it. You're the one that's drawing in the healing. Your body heals itself always. Yeah. Even if you take a prescription, the prescription's not healing you. It's helping your body to heal itself.
Yes. So, and in some cases, it's masking it.
Right.
So
yeah. Oh, it depends on what you're doing. It
depends on what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's why I found Eastern medicine, which is Asian medicine, Oriental medicine.
It's ancient. It's ancient technology. Yeah. This is stuff that's really important and has been studied for so long.
Yes, it's centuries.
Seriously,
centuries. And the really cool thing is, so we're, especially in America, we're obsessed with the scientific background and stuff like that, which I totally get.
Me too.
And now they're really getting the science behind all this. What we used to be referred to as woo
woo. Yeah.
Holy moly. So we would get all this, but we have scientific backing to it. But it's been working for centuries, and our bodies are magical, and we really do have a lot more control over it. That's why we need to take care of it. That's why it matters what products we put in it and on it. That's why it matters how we treat ourselves. That's why it matters what we say to ourselves and what we think to ourselves and our mindset and things like that. And as a spiritual wellness coach, you get that, and you just look at someone holistically. It's so funny. I used to call myself a life and business transformational success coach. And I was like, well, that's kind of redundant because you can't separate life and business.
Absolutely.
You know, I work more on the business side than I do on the life side, but I do both because you can't separate it. So I'll start with someone about their business and then suddenly we're talking about their kids. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And send them to you sometimes when they need that blockage broken, you know, or transmuted.
Right. Because these are the things that hold us back from reaching our true potential.
Yes.
You know, and, you know, we're talking about burying the seed before. A flower doesn't grow or a tree doesn't grow based on what everyone else is doing around it. It's focused on itself.
Yeah.
It's focused on, you know, grabbing in the nutrients and taking in the things that are best for it. It's not like, well, that flower has already bloomed and I'm
not going to bloom now.
Yeah. Or it's a bigger flower. It just is. And it's beautiful just as it is. And that's what each of us are.
Kaitlyn, that's so selfish. Why would we be thinking of ourselves?
Oh, so amazing that you just said that too. Because I'm
so obnoxious today.
No, you're not at all. You know why?
But no, seriously, that's what a lot of people say.
They say that. And the thing is, maybe let's lean in on the selfish, because that's actually important for us to be selfish. There's a wonderful woman that I work with, that's hosting a conference in Philadelphia called Selfish Philly. And the whole idea of it is it's like a self-care summit that you go in and it's to pour back in. Now, I'm sure that you've heard before the metaphor of you have to fill your cup so you can fill others. And I don't buy into that, because the idea of it is you fill your cup and then you pour out into other people. And I think that's counterproductive.
What's your philosophy?
So my philosophy is it could be champagne, it could be whatever, but I think of it as a champagne tower. You are the top glass of that champagne tower. Yes. You've got to pour into your glass. You've got to let that glass overflow.
Yes.
And the glasses that are under you are supporting you.
Yes.
But you're also supporting them and nourishing them by pouring into yourself. There's so much flowing out that you're able to fill their cups also while you're staying full.
Yeah.
It should never come out from you. It should all be going into you so that you have so much that it oozes out of you.
And we're so much better when we take care of ourselves. We're so much better receiving things from other people and handling things with other people and helping the people around us, the humans around us. That's why when I talk to someone, coach someone, or myself, feeling down, feeling depressed or anything like that, I always say, go help somebody else. Right now, go help somebody else. Because I know it's an outpouring, but what it does is it gets us outside of ourselves. Because right now, we're now closed in a bubble. We need to reach out. And when we're helping someone else, the gratitude comes in. And now we're like, okay, it's not so bad.
It does. And it pushes out, when the gratitude is poured in like that, the shame just kind of falls out. Yeah. The guilt and the shame, because...
Well, guilt and shame is self-imposed.
It is. And it's something that we hold, and it gets stored in the body.
Again, taught. We're taught guilt and shame.
We are.
We're taught the word selfish, because we really need to. You ever see, little babies stand up and then fall down and go, that's it. Oh, Johnny saw me fall. I'm never walking again. No,
exactly.
They get up. They get cranky. Sometimes they get hurt. They need our help, but they keep going on until they get it done, because they're not thinking about those things because they haven't been taught that yet.
Exactly.
Yeah. So as humans, we need to really embody who we are and just love who we are. That negative self-talk, man, I couldn't have said worse things to myself. Nobody could say worse things to me than I used to say to myself, right?
Absolutely.
I'm sure you did it.
Oh, same.
And now it's nothing like that. When I find myself doing it, and on occasion you do, it's like, oh, that was, stupid or silly. Oh, wait, no. Where's the learning? What am I supposed to learn here? And I'm doing the best I can. Listen, I'm taking the situation as it is. And then you start laughing. I laugh at myself. I know we do this ourselves. We laugh at ourselves so much. It's just so funny. On a daily basis, I'm like, okay, that's a Lorianne. Let me go do this.
Well, you know what, too? I think it's important to honor whatever that comes up, whatever you're feeling, whatever's happening. It's important to honor that. And if you're feeling angry, don't be like, oh, well, I'm not trying to be angry. So, like I said, I'm not about the toxic.
Not apologetic.
Right. I'm not about the toxic positivity where it's like everything has to be great all the time. I get angry. I'm imperfect. I'm a person that feels all of the feelings, everything on the spectrum.
If you didn't feel the bad feelings, the good feelings wouldn't be so good.
It's the theory of relativity. Yeah. There is everything is relative.
Yes.
So if you don't have the bad, you don't know the good. If it never ever rained, then the sun would be annoying
and boring.
Exactly.
And yet it's gorgeous seeing that it has rained like consistently for the last couple of weeks.
I know. And
I'm grateful because we're going to have
I'm a person that
flowers.
loves the rain. I know. I love the rain.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The smell of the rain, right?
Me too.
Yeah.
It just gives me, it's so refreshing. And I think that it's so many people